of the hundreds of quiz apps on the market which are worth your time. This is an independent review of one quiz app. Join us to find out if it is shite or alright. This time we're reviewing World Map Quiz. It's available on Google Play, it has high ratings and millions of downloads, but is it any good? We'll get into the gameplay shortly, but first let's have a look at some of the settings. And the settings are in the cog at the top left. Now, language can be toggled, it's default to English, but there are other languages that you can use. The map theme can be changed, the default one is the one at the top, but there are loads of different map types that you can use to suit your personal preference. You can change the transparency of the countries if they've been eliminated in the elimination game. You can set your zoom buttons or use pinch and zoom. You can also toggle your sound and whether country information is shown in the game. The Facebook icon takes you to the game's Facebook page, and the shopping cart takes you to this page where you can remove ads, add additional map themes, or go to premium mode with additional game functionality. More of that later. The star takes you to Google Play, the paintbrush allows you to change your map theme, and the cross exits you from the game. Further down we have the View World icon, and basically you can see the full world map and you can click on anything and it will tell you about that country. Best Scores does what you'd expect it to do. You can see your local best scores in the many games that are available on this app, or you can look at the best scores from players from around the world. So now let's crack on and look at the game. From the options countries, capitals, flags, cities, oceans and seas and rivers, let's go for countries. Whatever topic you choose, these are the 4 types of games you can play. Let's play Eliminate. And you can see that you can play by continent or by more political groupings. Let's pick Europe. And you can pick all countries or all sovereign countries. Now here you go with the map. It tells you what country you're looking for. You can move around the map and click on any country until you settle on the right one and click confirm. And at that point, it disappears from the map. And that goes back to the transparency setting that we saw earlier in the game. Now, you can also see at the top left that there's a clock ticking, and that goes back to your leaderboard. The faster you can complete this set of answers, the better you are on the leaderboard. Well, let's leave that one now. And now I fancy a stab at the former USSR countries. And I've only got one option, and it's premium mode, so I have to buy this if I want to play it, which is annoying, but we saw up front in the shopping cart, that's how you get to some premium content. Let's now look at the 6 answers type of games. And here we have an advert, and because they haven't paid me for advertising, I'm not showing them. So back to the game. It shows you a country and it gives you 6 options, and you have to simply pick the option that equates to that country. In this case, it's Turkmenistan. And there you go, you get the flag and you get some additional information about the country. That's something you can toggle on or off in the settings. Next up, Mongolia. And you get the idea, and it's all against a clock, so you're trying to set your best score. Still in countries mode, let's play Find, and let's go for the whole world, and you can play different difficulties and different permutations of countries. So, trying to find Vietnam, scroll across, find it, click it, hammer against the clock, and to go for the next one, Azerbaijan. Find it, click it. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, find it, zoom in on the Caribbean, hope you get broadly lucky, and I'm wrong, and it tells you why you're wrong. Now let's have a look at something other than countries. Let's have a go with rivers, and let's look at Eliminate, and we'll pick Europe, and go for, and it's premium content as well. So yeah, premium mode. So unfortunately rivers is not something you can play without going into premium mode, which is a shame, because seas and oceans is really good. So let's look at oceans and seas and go to the Eliminate game and go to the whole world, and we will try and eliminate some of the seas and oceans from the whole world, and there's a lot of them, and again it's against the clock. Starts off easy this time with the Pacific Ocean. Brilliant. Hudson Bay, not too difficult. Click on it, eliminate it. The Risa Larsen C sounds Norwegian to me, don't really know where it is. I'm against the clock, so I want to click and move on. You can skip, but in this case I'm going to select something just near Norway, and I'm wrong. Next it gives me the Gulf of Riga, and that is easy to work out. There you go, Gulf of Riga. Northwest Passage, again, against the clock, finding which one of these seas up here is right. Get it correct. The White Sea, somewhere near Russia. Let's get myself over to there. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's just click one over there. I'm wrong. The Alboran Sea. Now I've learnt through this app the Alboran Sea is near Gibraltar. Click that, remove it. Cooperation Sea. Now this is where for me it's had real value. I still haven't learnt them, but all these seas around Antarctica crop up here. And the Bering Sea, well, at that point I'm going to pull out of this because you don't want to see another 97 answers. Now I've not mentioned the USA quiz or the India quiz, and that's because they are separate apps by the same people. Let's take a look at flags, because I like flags, and we'll go for 6 options, and we'll try and play the whole world, and it's premium mode. Not all flags are premium mode. Let's go to eliminate and go to the whole world, and there we have it. So we've got the flag of Eritrea, zoom in, click on Eritrea, and remove, and you know how that works. What I'll say at this point is that the interface is really pleasing. It moves very smoothly, there's no lag, which is great when it's a timed game. So it's very simple to be moving yourself around this map and playing this game, even if you're using a relatively basic smartphone as opposed to a tablet. It's possibly best played in landscape mode rather than portrait mode, and again that's something that you can change in the settings. Now let's just have a look at the gameplay with cities, and we'll do find, and we will play the whole world, and we will play capital cities. And there you can see the capitals all illuminated on the map. It gives you a capital to find, you click on it, confirm, and you move on to the next one. So Male here, so having a temporary brain freeze about the location of the Maldives. So there it goes, gone past it, headed over to Indonesia, Borneo, back again. Let's have a look over here and finally settle on the correct answer. With some of the cities you're faced with, pinch and zoom is really, really useful. Here it's looking for Beirut, so you make sure you don't fat thumb press the wrong city by zooming in, and you zoom out again to get to Baghdad. Now let's just take a look at how this game gets harder when you're not looking just for capital cities. So let's click on cities, we'll go for 6 answers, and we'll play Europe, and we'll go for all cities on their list anyway. So Lisbon is a nice friendly one to start with, but now we're going to be faced with Leeds in northern England. So if you don't know your English geography, you've got London, Birmingham and Leeds there to choose from. Likewise, if you don't know your Polish geography, this one is pretty tough. I went for Krakow, it was Warsaw. Down here, now there's really only one that fits the bill and is likely, and that is Volgograd. But it starts to give you an idea of where cities are placed in their countries, or not, as I mistake Valencia for Barcelona. So there you have it. Is this game shite or alright? Let's find out. We've assessed the game across 5 criteria, giving a maximum of 20 points for each criterion, and these are content, interface, gamification, any annoyances, and the longevity of the game. Now, for content, we gave it 15 out of 20. It's actually really rich in content. Really loved it. The interface is very intuitive, very simple to use, and very pleasing. Gamification-wise, there are a lot of games, but it's quite samey after a while, and the addition of a challenge or player versus player mode would really enhance the game. There are some annoyances, but they're not catastrophic. There are some pop-up adverts, but they're discreet. There aren't too many adverts that then take you out for 30 seconds before you can carry on playing. And the annoyance, probably above all, is the need to pay for premium content when you've been enjoying the other content so much. Not hugely bad, middling for this type of app. And finally, longevity. Will this stay on your device, or will it be deleted pretty soon after you install it? Well, for me, this is a game that you can come back to time and time again, particularly when you want to work on a certain area of your geographical knowledge. It's a strong contender in this market. Overall, how does this app rate? Is it shite or is it alright? Well, it scores 72 out of 100, which means for us, this game is alright. A quizzer wanting to brush up on their geographical knowledge will get real benefit out of this app. This is simply our opinion. Nobody paid us to do this review. If you disagree, put your comments down below and we will see what you think.